Hello my beautiful and wonderful yarn friends, it's Morgan with Dream9 Design. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome in. Thank you for joining me. If you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. In today's video, we are actually going to be going over 20 free summer related crochet patterns. I'm really excited to get into this. All of the links for the patterns will be in the description box down below, so make sure to check them out. I did thoroughly make sure to go through and make sure that these were the actual patterns. It's not just going to send you to a page that just has a bunch of different patterns in there, so it is going to be the link for each and every single one. I'm really excited to jump into it. Today we are going to be covering tops, beach cover-ups, bags, and hats. So let's jump into the video. Alright, now as I go through each section, I will put kind of like a picture right here up in the corner. But this first one, it's going to be an easy granny stitch crochet top. Again, I'm going to have a link for all of these down below, but here's the picture right here. I am absolutely in love with this top along with the background of how she took this picture. But the colors are just really, really pretty. It's kind of like an off-white taupe with like this blue and pink, and it would be really easy to do this in different colors, but I like how small the sleeve is. It's still covering enough that you can wear this in public or, you know, out to wherever you want to go. But I really love this top. That's why I do have this one at number 1. So moving on to top number 2, I think it's the Roxborough crochet summer tank top. So I'll put that one right here. I hope I said that correctly. I really like this one because you could wear it if you were to go out, you know, on a jog or a walk on a summer or spring day. You could also wear it to the beach. You could wear it out in public. So there's a lot of different places that you can wear this top. I do like the back. It's kind of got like that racer back, which I really do appreciate and like. So you could wear that with or without a, you know, something underneath. It would actually, I think, maybe be good for like a bathing suit, but I do really, really enjoy that one. Moving on to top number 3, we have the Sugar Brush Granny Hankie tank. That's a little bit of a mouthful there. But this one is done in an interesting color. You could definitely, you know, change it up with the colors, but it looks like it's a few different squares put together. So I really do enjoy this one. I think that you could pretty versatile with this. Like you could definitely do a lot of different colors and do some really fun color work with this top right here. All right, so moving on to top number 4, and I don't think I'm gonna say this one correctly, and I'm sorry because I'm reading my laptop behind me on the names. It's called the Kahe top, I believe. It says that it's a beach cover-up, but I feel like it could be worn for a lot more than just the beach. I mean, look at how pretty these stitches are. It looks like it's just 2 panels that are possibly sewn together or attached somehow in the middle. If you look at the side view, it definitely looks like that. You could wear it with like an off-the-shoulder look, wear it with some shorts and it would be really cute. You could even probably wear it with like a nice flowy skirt or, you know, even a bathing suit, as it says, because that's what the name is called. On to the last one, pattern number 5 in the sections for tops, and this one's going to be the V-neck summer crochet top. I love this one, and it does actually come with a video. So it looks like how it's kind of like put together is the same way as the previous top, where you have just the 2 panels and then you sew them or attach them somehow in the middle. But it does give you this really nice open look on the back, which I just think is absolutely gorgeous, especially like me. I have back tattoos, so I really love this look, and you can wear a tank top underneath or a little bralette, whatever kind of works for you. So that is what we have in the category for tops. Now let's move on to beach cover-ups. All right, now moving on to the beach cover-up sections, we do have some really, really cute ones in here. Sorry I don't have like the person who actually made them, but again, I do have all the links for every single one of these organized in the description box down below. So this one's just a crochet beach cover-up. This one does have a video that comes along with it, but I absolutely love this one. I think it is so like lightweight almost, and it's just really simple, but it has this really nice tie to it, and I love that it has a little bit of a sleeve there. Like it right here, if you guys see, I'm gonna put the picture right here where she kind of has it like off the shoulder, but it looks more like a kind of like, not a robe because it's got the mesh stitch to it, but I definitely am gonna be making this one for my summer makes. Number 2 on the Beach Coverup giveaways, we have the Zoe swimsuit cover up, which is so pretty. I love kind of like the bell sleeves on this. Oh, my dog's walking in. But I do really love the bell sleeves on this and how she puts beads on the bottom. I think that is a really neat little feature, especially with the color yarn that she chose. It really accentuates, and even if you were to maybe put some beads around like sleeves right there, I think that would make it really cool. So that is number 2. 3, we have the Beachy lace crochet tunic. Now this one, I didn't actually look at the pattern just yet, but to me it almost looks like, sorry, my cat just jumped up here, like a picot stitch, or I always say that one wrong and people always correct me, but I really do enjoy this one. The neckline is not my favorite. There's the kitty. She wants to say hi to everybody. Hi. So the neckline is not my favorite, but you could definitely play around with that and, you know, maybe do a little bit less rows or do like maybe a little bit of a lighter weight yarn. I think that would help a lot. All right, moving on to number 3 for the beach cover-ups, we have the Beachy lace crochet tunic. Now, I am not a fan of the color that she chose for this, but I really do like the off-whites or like the creams for cover-ups. I think those are just really good, or even like a black. I think this would look really pretty in a black, but I definitely enjoy the stitches on this one. It looks like a pretty easy, fast make, just 2 of the same panels, put those together, and then you are all done. So that one definitely looks really easy. So that is what we have for the cover-ups. Now we're gonna move on to bags. All right, we are now moving on to sections, which are bags. Now I do have my iPad, which is what I've been going off of looking at these pictures, but look at the sticker, you guys. It's got a lady with her yarn in her basket doing little magic spells. It's so cute. Okay, but moving on to bags. So this first one is called Back to the Beach crochet bag. Now it's a pretty simple, you know, just square mesh bag, but I liked this picture. It just kind of caught my eye with how she did the colors. I feel like if you put a little bit of brown in there instead of the yellow, it would be more like that type of ice cream. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it's like that sherbet. It reminds me, no, not sherbet, but it reminds me of ice cream. Neapolitan. It reminds me of Neapolitan ice cream, like the little ice cream sandwiches if you were to do it that color. But I really like this one. The next bag is called the Sunset Shopper, and this one is by Drops. So this one's really cute. It has a really interesting like texture, or I guess like pattern on the bottom, which I think is really cute. So you could even do this in maybe like 2 different colors, but it does look really good as a solid. It's just kind of a nice little change to the basic mesh bag. The next bag that we have is called the Crochet Tulip Bag with a solid granny square. So there is a video for this. I did not find a written pattern, but it is a free video here on YouTube, and I just love this bag. It's really simple but super cute, and it looks like it would hold like a nice bit of stuff, like it would have a nice stretch to it, and it's not mesh, so things aren't going to fall out. So I really do like that one. Bag number 4 is going to be the Crochet Market Mesh Bag. This is a basic bag that I feel like most of us have made. Some of you may have not. They're pretty quick. They don't take too terribly long, and you can do them in a lot of fun colors. So I did want to throw that one in here. And then bag number 5 on my list, number 5 is going to be the Waist Crochet Cross Bag Bum Bag. I hope I said all that correctly, but it's basically just a few granny squares that are put together. It looks like more of a thick yarn or like 2 yarns held together, but that one is just such a cute little cross bag, and I've really wanted to make one of the granny square ones, so that one should be pretty easy as well. So again, remember, all of these are in the description box down below. If you look, I will try to make it very cohesive so it's easy to find the ones that you guys are looking for. I will have them in the same order that I have been talking about, just a heads up. If you guys are liking this and you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out. Give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Now let's move on to the last section, which is going to be hats. All right. right, for hats, in the #1 spot, we have the Crochet Summer Sun Hat. It's easy and simple, but I love this. The simplicity of this, it looks like it's all done in single crochets, and the band might be slip stitches, I'm not sure, but I absolutely love this. It's so simple, yet so elegant. I feel like you could wear this with a lot of different like outfits. So that's what I have in the #1 spot there for the hats, and these are not in order of how I like them, they're just in order of how I put them on my list. Hat #2 is the Cotton Crochet Summer Hat. Now this one I really like. It looks like it's some single crochets and maybe like just some, you know, granny square clusters, it looks like, maybe in the rounds, but it's really pretty, really elegant. It has a nice little flap with a wave, but it's not too long of a brim, so I really do enjoy this one. All right, hat #3 is my favorite hat. I think it's probably my favorite pattern out of this whole list, and it's the Fedora Crochet Sun Hat. I absolutely love this. So not only does it have a free crochet pattern, but it does have a video tutorial as well. But look at this hat. I am in love with the color, I am in love with the brim, I am in love with all of it. It looks like it's pretty much just a single crochet all the way around with maybe like a crab stitch around the very edging. It looks like, you know, she has done it with either just like a tie around, or as you can see here, there's one that has like a leather strap around it, but this is my absolute favorite out of all of these patterns that I'm showing you. So that one I'm definitely going to make myself. All right, moving on to hat #4. It's the very easy Rafa Crochet Sun Hat. Now this to me is like your standard sun hat. This is what you would go out and buy. You don't want to use probably a normal yarn. You probably go out and get the raffia yarn or raffia string. But this to me is a classic beach, going outside to the river or something like that hat. Looks really easy, and I really do enjoy this. I think this would be my #2 on the list. And then our last but not least for our 20 patterns is the Oh Snap Crochet Bucket Hat. Boom! Look at that, guys. I love this. I love the color. It's pretty easy. It looks like it's, you know, checkered like, so you do have to do a little bit of color work there. You may have some ends to sew in, but I am absolutely in love with this hat. I love the color. I love the brim. I love how she has it folded up in one of the pictures and then not in the other. So there's versatile ways that you can wear this hat, but I really, really do enjoy this hat right here. But I'm going to make the fedora. I'm personally going to make the fedora. Alright friends, and that is what I have put together for this 20 free crochet patterns to make for the spring or summer. I hope you guys enjoyed the patterns that I found and showed you. I tried to bring out new ones that I haven't seen on a lot of these videos because, like everybody else, I go through, I try to find inspiration, I try to figure out my next project, and I hope that you guys found or saw some new patterns that you haven't seen yet before and that you're excited to make for this summer for 2025. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if you guys would like to see more of these videos, but I will see you all next time here on Dream 9 Designs Yarn Corner of YouTube. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you so much.